In tonight's main event, Chad Gable fights Bravo Americano after a classic match with Rayo a few weeks ago. Plus, on behalf of El Jefe The Undertaker, Nattie battles the monster Matanza in an effort to stop him regaining his full power. And El Jefe also passes judgment on the chaotic tag team division. This is episode 13 of the revival of Lucha Underground. The house always wins. To kick off the show, we got a video from Dominic Mysterio rehabbing his shoulder, and he will soon be ready to return to the temple. He's going to be gunning for the Lucha Underground champion, whether it be Samoa Joe, or Penta, or someone else. Sporting a new look and a vicious attitude, Nattie brawled with the much larger monster Matanza in this one. She held her own for sure and did what El Jefe The Undertaker wanted her to do. Matanza isn't at full strength right now, and Nattie eliminated him from Aztec Warfare 5 a few weeks back. However, at the crucial time in this match, Mil Muertes grabbed her foot and she tripped back. Matanza crushed her with a crossbody block and landed in the pin. Nattie was beaten. And now it was time for the ultimate sacrifice to the gods. If successful, Nattie would be gone and Matanza would return to full strength. But luckily for Nattie and her fans, she got some help. Lola Vice ran to the ring and threw rights and left kicks and punches to both Matanza and Mil Muertes, but she was soon overwhelmed also by the two masked monsters. And then a strange music hit. And a surprising newcomer arrived. He walked down the ramp with his hands out to the side, looking up to the sky. The realist, Mike Santana, was here. He pulled out a kendo stick from behind his back and started swinging, saving both Nattie and Lola Vice as Matanza and Mil Muertes bailed. No sacrifice to the gods tonight. Last week's Lucha Underground title match main event saw Penta and Samoa Joe both counted out and the match ended a draw, meaning Joe retained his belt and is still the king of Lucha Underground. El Jefe The Undertaker is said to be less than happy about the outcome, stating that he wants a proper finish to this war, and that next week he will announce plans to ensure that Penta vs Joe 3 finishes their story for good. We've seen Carlito, Lola Vice and Elio LaFleur qualify for Gift of the Gods so far, and tonight a fourth Aztec medallion found a home in the match of the night. To nobody's surprise, Rey Fénix and Vikingo went one-on-one in a match that saw some of the best high-flying around. Fénix was amazing, as he always is, but late on something seemed to click in his mind and he zoned out. It was like his mind was elsewhere completely, and this was the opening that Vikingo needed. The talented youngster hit his 630 splash and pinned Fénix for a big win and to qualify for Gift of the Gods. Backstage, two more Aztec medallion holders were talking, and Carlito began to poke and pick on Elio LaFleur. The veteran told the young Frenchman that he would see him at Gift of the Gods and show him what it means to be a top star in Lucha Underground. Things got intense, and just as Carlito began to get physical, La Parca arrived to break things up. He told Carlito that he had a match next week for his chance to win a medallion, so he would be aiming to see both of them at Gift of the Gods. In his office in the back, it was time for El Jefe The Undertaker to pass judgment on the Lucha Underground tag team title scene, which is proving to be chaotic thanks to the actions of a few key players. A number of weeks ago, Ethan Page sprayed Pagano and Psycho Clown in the face with the Page Protection Spray, gifted to him by his fellow tag team champion, Chelsea Green, and the Clowns won revenge. El Jefe said that they will fight the crazy pair next week for the titles in a street fight. But also next week, the true number one contenders will be crowned, as Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee will battle Panther Ali and Prince Apollo of Lagos. This is El Jefe's judgment, and this is final. Next up, a new session band called Mariachi del Infierno. They played their song for the live crowd and got them excited about the next match. And it was another amazing tag team match, as Lucha Underground continues to prove that tag team wrestling is alive and well. Dragunov and Rey Mysterio are not a traditional team, but they are bonded by their hatred of Santos Escobar and his fellow trios champions, who have attacked them both and taken them both out in recent weeks. When the Creed brothers and Chad Gable mocked the pair last week, it was only natural that we got this fight this week. The Creeds dominated, but it was Dragunov who ended up scoring the win. Rey hit his 619 on Brutus Creed, and Dragunov landed the H-bomb once the big brawler landed on his back. Dragunov and Ray's night wasn't over because Santos Escobar led his fellow Trios champions to the rings to attack the fan favourites. Santos then told Angel Garza to tell the fans the truth, and he confirmed something we all knew. The dangerous Garza cousin was the one that took Dragunov out. Santos then introduced the group as the Cartel, the Trios champions with the backing of money, wealth and power. Ray and Dragunov can bring anyone to challenge them, and they will fail. Backstage, Rey Fénix confronted his brother Penta to Penta's surprise, asking him why he chose Fénix to face Samoa Joe and Pick Your Poison. Joe choked Fénix out and shouted at him to remember who he was, and Fénix said that he was starting to remember. Penta stood up and told his brother that he chose him because he trusts him, and he also wanted to weaken Joe ahead of their title match. But then asked Fénix if he should trust him, and Fénix just stormed off, leaving Penta confused. A solid main event, but not the instant classic we got when Chad Gable and Rayo Americano went one-on-one. The chemistry just wasn't the same, but the fans were into it in a big way, cheering for Bravo at every turn. Gable was all over him at times, and Bravo couldn't get rolling like he usually does though. In the end, the former Olympian locked in an ankle lock and tapped his rival out. The show was over, and El Jefe The Undertaker was wrapping things up in his office. Then suddenly there was a swoosh noise, and El Jefe was shocked to see Aerostar appear out of nowhere. Aerostar had a warning for El Jefe. He said that Matanza will gain full power soon. He has seen it in all timelines, and Mil Muertes will not be able to stop him. So let me know in the comments, all three title scenes are heating up. Which would you say is the strongest right now? The Lucha Underground title, the tag titles, or the trio title scene? And join me next time where we're going to get the Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Pagano and Psycho Clown street fight for the tag team titles, and all the fallout from this week's episode. Thanks so much for watching. Now make sure to like, comment and subscribe for free so you don't miss an episode. It'd be great to hear from you.